two VMs, right? Those are
Yeah,
Linux
but
VMs.
as of now, yeah, those are two VM. As of now, only one is required. Okay, after maybe tomorrow, we'll need one more.
Okay, so those are Linux VM with configuration of 4 GB memory and
Yeah, at least 2 GB. As
2
of
GB.
today, 2 GB, two RAM and 4 GB, no, two CPUs and 4 GB RAM. And that's
Okay.
what I'm explaining now. Okay, so what I have done is in means it becomes easy for me to use a Google Cloud. So in Google Cloud, what I have done is I've created a cat slash proc CPU info. Okay, so I have two CPUs. Okay, zero. I have two CPUs, and if I do free hyphen G, I have 16 gigs of memory. Actually, I think I had 4 GB, but it's okay. Today we'll do that. Okay, so we'll start the installation. So we can do the installation using Docker as well. Okay, but we are just using the simple direct VM commands. So the next exercise which we are doing is Jenkins installation on Ubuntu 20. So just run this command sudo apt get update. So I'm just using the browser itself. In cloud it will be a bit fast as well. So we have done just the apt update. Now it requires Java, so we are also installing Java. OpenJDK 17 we are installing. That is nothing but Java. So Jenkins, which is the CI/CD tool, is built on Java.
Like, can you ping this URL so we can start parallel?
Yes. So it will be
Because
same. It is just our everyday's link. Just instead of Docker or Kubernetes, add Jenkins to it. So the link is sent. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just copying it, okay, in a notepad, and then I'm running it. Sometimes a few commands will be misplaced. Okay, call Java is installed. Now we need some repositories. Okay, so those repositories will have the Java package. So this is the one. Okay, just copy this command properly. That's why I've copied it in the notepad. Same command repeated. Again, we'll do sudo apt get update. And we'll start the Jenkins installation. Where you all are performing this exercise, is it on your VM itself?
What will be the better option?
So yesterday itself I said it is better to use cloud, because if you don't have the resources which I mentioned yesterday, at least 4 to 6 CPUs you should have. If you don't have, then use cloud. I don't have those the proper resources, that's why I'm using cloud. This is
So
the
how will go on cloud?
if you don't know about cloud, then just continue using VM. Otherwise, you'll need to create an account in cloud.
The Google Cloud or
It's up to you. In Google Cloud, in free tier, I get more resources. In AWS, there are some limitations. We cannot go beyond one CPU in free tier. Whereas in Google Cloud, I can go up to any number of CPUs. That's why I've used Google Cloud. Okay, that's why I was continuously saying about that. Create an account in Google.
no, we have account, but we can create.
As of now, just continue with the virtual box. It will work. At least the installation of Jenkins will work. Maybe along with the Jenkins, we'll be also installing microcatas tomorrow. That will not work. Okay. Till then, just ping me separately at least half an hour before the class tomorrow. I'll tell you how to set up VM in a cloud. I also have a link that I'll share. So the Jenkins is almost installed. So if you do sudo system ctl status Jenkins, okay. So if you see, the Jenkins is running and it runs on port number 8080. Okay. So if you see, it is running on port 8080, and I know its IP address. So let me go to cloud, and this is the IP address, that public IP address. So I'll directly try to access this on port 8080 8080, and we'll get this page. Okay. And if you see, it is saying that we need to enter an administrator password, and to get the administrator password, just go to this path on the VM on which we just now did the installation. Okay, so I did the installation on this VM, and if I go to this location, I'll get one password. So I'll have to use, okay, sudo. This is the password. This is the initial password. Okay, this is the initial password. After that, it will ask us to set our own password. Okay, so Jenkins works mostly based on plugins. Plugins means, suppose it has to interact with AWS, then there are some AWS related plugins. For Docker, it has some plugins. For Kubernetes, it has plugins. So Jenkins is based on plugins. So I've just clicked on install the recommended plugins. So if you see, for pipeline, gate, LDAP, email extension, SSH build. So these are some of the plugins it is trying to download. So this Ant and Gradle, these are some build tools. So for that, it has some plugins. So it is now asking me for my details. I'm just entering my details. Just set the password and remember it. Okay, don't forget it. You can give any email address. Okay, so save and continue. So now this is the URL. Okay, in case you know that in cloud the public IP may change until and unless we do not reserve it. Tomorrow it may change, but let's see. Save and finish, and this is the means actually it is the same URL, and now we can start using the Jenkins. So this completes our Jenkins installation. So after that we'll be presented with such kind of dashboard. Okay, so let's quickly go through it. So if when we create a new pipeline, we'll click on this new item. Okay, or you can also click on this create job. Okay, so this is how we can create the pipeline. Let's go back to the dashboard. Okay, then in case we have to create some users. Okay, so by default this is the users. We can get the details of the users here. Okay, only the details we are getting here. Then when we create a CI/CD pipeline, it will run the build. Okay, so the build details also we can see in this tab. Now the important tab is this manage Jenkins. So most of the options are here, like the plugins. If you need some plugins, we'll have to use this plugins option to download some plugins. So from here available plugins, it is showing various plugins are by default available, some are installed. Okay, so if you need a new one, we'll have to just go here, search for that particular plugin and click on install. Then apart from plugin, the important tab which is credentials. Okay, so we'll be interacting with Docker Hub, we'll be interacting with the Git. Okay, so we need some credentials to interact with it, so that before running it automatically via Jenkins, we'll need to create the credentials. So we'll also see that how to create the credentials. So here we'll be creating the credentials as well. So in manage Jenkins, for us as of now, the important tab is the credentials. Okay, and some other details are also available here, and the other one is the new item. In using new item, we'll create the CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so that was just a small overview of Jenkins installation and its dashboard.